Many industrial firms attempt digitizing using an obsolete gearbox. Their physical machinery grinds against processes never designed for modern computational speed. This creates the illusion of integration. Executives often assume that layering generative AI tools onto existing human workflows is enough to drive a digital transformation. This schematic identifies the flaw. On the left, a rigid legacy hierarchy. When AI is bolted onto this structure, high coordination costs suffocate the technology, treating it as a siloed tool. This human-centric core yields only marginal efficiency gains, leaving the underlying systemic friction intact. The consequences of this architectural failure are measurable. Firms relying on incremental updates face a 30% price disadvantage and a 25% gap in time to market compared to global competitors. Closing these gaps requires a total redesign of organizational value streams. Success depends on moving past software patches and toward a new structural logic. Mid-sized enterprises often feel they must build capital-intensive foundation models to keep pace with the technological standards of the US and China. The global standard depends on massive compute and data, a battleground of raw capital. The industrial advantage lies in elite research, proprietary data, and engineering expertise. A leapfrog strategy uses this domain knowledge to dominate the AI application layer, bypassing the foundation model arms race. Victory belongs to those who build the most scalable industrial physical application architecture, integrating AI directly into the fabric of production. Consider the fundamental unit of this new architecture. This robotic arm executes complex maneuvers autonomously, reacting to its environment in real time. This blueprint contrasts legacy tools with AI-native agents. Legacy software is static. It requires human input to advance every step. The AI-native agent is an autonomous entity designed to act proactively within a distributed decision network. Every agent runs on an OODA loop. It continuously observes and orients data in real time, building context as conditions change, then autonomously decides on a logical action and executes it across physical or digital processes. This agentic loop runs simultaneously across thousands of microprocesses, maintaining constant operational speed without the fatigue common in human-managed systems. Transitioning from static tools to OODA loop agents removes the human bottleneck from daily workflow execution. Managing hundreds of these autonomous loops requires a rigorous system architecture to ensure operational cohesion. This is the 6-layer intelligence stack. Layers 2 through 5 handle the machine-driven core. The system senses raw signals from the environment, interprets them to build context, decides autonomously within defined parameters, and orchestrates actions across workflows. Internal coordination costs trend towards zero because the AI handles the synthesis and routing that previously required human intervention. At the top of the architecture sits Layer 1, Purpose. This layer is exclusively human. Humans set the goals, define the business models, and establish the framework the stack must follow. Scalability happens when the AI stack absorbs the heavy lifting of coordination, allowing humans to transition from task controllers to purpose setters. We can see this stack in operation by examining a concrete industrial pilot in sourcing and procurement. Historically, translating a technical drawing into a supplier negotiation strategy was a manual, sequential process. Now, the calculation layer instantly parses metadata to compute manufacturing times and costs. The system produces an accurate cost structure and strategy, ready for deployment in seconds. Maintaining financial control in an autonomous environment is a primary executive requirement. Leadership maintains control through dynamic risk thresholds. This interface shows a governance gate configured for budget approvals. If an automated approval exceeds €7,500, the loop halts, forcing a human-in-the-loop review before the process continues. This shift replaces manual micromanagement with systemic, data-driven exception handling. The ultimate goal of this entire transformation is seamless systemic movement across every single node in the industrial facility. This diagram shows a distributed decision network where sales, engineering, and manufacturing agents communicate directly under a central control platform. Building this rapid network inside a slow legacy hierarchy is an organizational impossibility. The macro-architectural solution is the dual structure. You maintain the legacy mothership while building the AI digital twin firm. This twin operates as a parallel, agile entity. independent of core bureaucracy. To accelerate innovation, it reports directly to the CEO, bypassing traditional management. Transforming an enterprise requires an independent innovation engine that follows a different set of rules than the legacy core. This independent entity builds solutions based on real-world operational needs rather than top-down directives. The process follows the transformation flywheel framework. Innovation is driven by mapping the friction and bottlenecks experienced daily by the workforce. The AI lab takes these specific workforce frustrations, builds agentic prototypes, and pushes them back into the enterprise within days. High-speed loops powered by workforce friction create a continuous, self-sustaining transformation process. A common concern is that this architecture is intended to replace the human workforce. The architectural master plan points toward a different conclusion. This chart shows the progression to system-driven autonomy. As the stack matures, it absorbs the outer rings of routine coordination work. This pushes humans toward the center of the organization, prioritizing creativity, judgment, and purpose. Offloading routine coordination to the AI stack allows the enterprise to scale operations beyond the constraints of human management capacity. This shift liberates human talent to navigate new strategic realities and drive growth.